All right, so I need to get this apartment. I have no idea what my score looks like. Where do you think I should check my credit score out?
You should go to Credit Dharma.
Credit Dharma? Let's see. You see that?
Is that your credit?
Oh my God. What am I going to do? I can't get anything with that.
Terrible.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to get this fixed.
My busy senses are sensing someone's needing my help.
What should I do?
Call Gizzy Credit.
Are you hungry?
What is that?
Hey, call Gizzy Credit, girl. You're wasting your time on Credit Dharma for.
Oh. Who are you?
Gizzy Credit. Haven't you seen me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook?
Oh, yeah. I have seen you.
I educate people on their credit. The first place I tell you not to go to is Credit Dharma. Why are you in Credit Dharma?
You're right. I shouldn't be. Let me go on GizzyCredit.com.
There you go.
Okay.
So, Gizzy Credit, tell me a little bit about yourself, brother. How did you get into this business?
Oh man, probably at the same time that we met.
A long time
years
ago.
2008, 2009.
I thought you were crazy for getting into credit, and you were the only one who actually stuck with it. So tell me how that was.
I stuck with it because I noticed that there was a need for it. You know, I gotten before in the debt settlement business, but I noticed that even if I settle your debt, you're still gonna have bad credit.
Correct.
So when you do credit repair, you could remove the whole debt from the credit report. You still owe it, but at least you are going to have access to new credit, in which you'll be able to have access to new credit and pay off any existing debt or settle the debt that you had. But you now restarting your life, you know, especially with people after they file bankruptcy or after they go through a divorce, or they just have, you know, made bad choices in general.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, it must be really gratifying seeing someone who has like a really bad score and bringing them into like the position where they can buy their first home or maybe get an auto loan that they need to, you know, to get back and forth from work. Like, how does that feel? And do you have any stories that kind of like always stay with you?
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna be posting a video today on a customer that I helped out. He started back in late June, early July, and a truck driver from New Jersey, from Newark, from my home, you know, the city that I grew up in. And I always enjoy helping people who are from my area, African American guy. And he just bought a house, $399, $400,000 house in Delaware.
Nice.
When you see this house, he sent me a picture.
That's a big house in Delaware.
That's a big ass house.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, he's chilling. And then when you see him, you see that the guy has baggy pants. He has Timberland boots on, and you know he's like a street guy that you would not think that this person is actually a business person. Yeah. And that's what's going on right now in everywhere. It's not your suit and tie guy that you think that it has the money. It's these people that are like on a regular up and up. They save their money, but their credit is not there. And then when they contact me and they say, Gizzy, because of you, I've been able to get this house, and it's been 15 years since I've been trying to buy a house.
Sure.
And right now, this is all, I owe it all to you. And you see this big house and you see this person happy. I think that's what's gratifying to me, is seeing that. And that's what keeps me in this business. Because just like any other business, you have your problematic people, because it's such an emotional process, this credit process, because if you come in to see, a lot of people had, and they used to have. I'm pretty sure you get to people where they say, well, I used to have this. I used to have a 750 credit score. I used to have 3 houses, but now you live in a $1,500 apartment.
Of course, things change.
And things change, and you get humbled.
Yeah.
But then you see some of my videos of how fast we're able to give people credit repair results, and they're actively getting credit cards, vehicles, or mortgages, and then they're like, oh, I want to see if I can do it. But a lot of people don't have any patience.
Sure.
And you know that you need to be patient during this process in order to achieve the success of what it is that you want, whether it's to get a new credit card, a vehicle, or a mortgage.
Yeah. So credit is probably one of the most important things in someone's life, right? Every day it has use, right? Correct?
Every day it has use. And a lot of people, they come to me and they say, Gizzy, I have 6 to 8 inquiries in the last year and a half. I want to remove them. And I say, why do you want to remove those inquiries? I mean, in the United States, you're allowed to have 7 to 8 inquiries per year. We know that in the United States, everything is going to be run by credit. Now, if you start getting more inquiries, then you start looking hungry for credit, in which you don't want to look too hungry, especially if you already have credit and if you are in debt with that credit, if you are maxed out. On top of that, if you are asking for credit whilst having negative credit, that definitely reduces your credit scores. So definitely you don't, but in the United States, everything is ran by your credit.
Well, if it's so important, then why do you think they don't teach it in schools? Like, why do you think kids come out of high school not knowing anything about credit besides maybe what they learn from their friends? I was in high school. I would learn from my friends. I learned from a friend in high school who had a credit card, and that was like unheard of, for a kid to have a credit card. He would say, yeah, like my parent added me to their account. I mean, that's the limitation of my credit knowledge in high school. Why do you think they don't teach it?
Well, when you go through high school and then you go through college, and then you live in that college lifestyle, especially if you have if you go in and if you'll be fortunate if you go and you have becas. What do you call becas?
Grants or scholarships
and stuff like that. But how about if you don't? You come out with all this debt. So there has to be somehow, some way, something that once you come out of college, you're like, wait a minute, how did I get into all this debt? I got this credit. So have I gotten bamboozled?
By the system.
By the system. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely a system that it's a production system.
Correct.
Because who's the producer?
Yeah.
There is a sales person out there, which is your TV, people that you see graduating college and everything, that sells you to think that you're going to be successful when you go to college and you go and get this degree, but at the end of the day, you come out with $120,000 worth of debt. So I think it's all systemized in order for us to be in debt, so that we could just come out of college, pay student loans. It's harder for us than it was 20 years ago when you graduated.
There was almost no debt.
It was almost no debt, but now it's you are in debt when you come out, and it prevents you from living the American dream. Before, you remember how living the American dream was just to have a house?
Yeah.
But now that's not it.
Nope.
Now is you need to have a business, you need to have a house, you need to have a car. And a lot of times that dream is unachievable at the moment, especially when you're young. And that's why it's so important to learn about credit, see how credit works, see where your credit scores need to be at in order for you to go and achieve the goals that you want to achieve.
Sure. I know that one of your passions is kind of like looking forward and seeing where the economy is going. So what do you think is going to happen within the next few years, and how important does credit play a part in that?
Well, just like 2008, 2007, there has to be a market correction. You're going to be more understanding of how that works. I'm going to be understanding because I'm not going to get as much business as I normally get. Why? Because when the market starts loosening up, it starts with the credit. So if you don't need to have perfect credit to go and get a mortgage. I've seen people with 580s get mortgages. 620 credit, not the best credit scores. Do these people actively know what they're doing? So they're getting into all this new debt. Some people just want a home just because their friends have a home. They're not really thinking of what happens if my job lays me off, or right now, what happens with the government shutdown? A lot of people you're going to find, even when they work for the government, are living paycheck to paycheck.
Absolutely.
And these people, you see them making $60,000, $80,000, which if it's a couple making that much, they're living pretty well. But if you're living below your, above your means,
which
you're
most
going
people
to
do.
find, which is what people do, because the system is systemized. You're gonna definitely. So right now, some people are going through a recession right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially these government people that even in a month, just a month of them not getting any money, they're going through a hard time.
Absolutely.
So my thing to you is, what are you going to do? Because everything is beautiful right now, where all these new realtors, you're making money. You don't have to do much because you're teaching people, and you have over 80 salespeople. But what's gonna happen when it does crash? What's gonna happen when it does slow down?
Yep.
You know, what type of incentive or what type of mentality do your realtors need to have in order to, you know, be successful in real estate?
Yeah, and also have the mind shift, because obviously when corrections come around, it's not that there's a lack of business or a lack of money, it's just that it shifts into different places. You know, so I think that's what a lot of people have to think about too, is you always got to be constantly following up with where the trends are going, and also how to reinvent yourself when there's new things that you should be paying attention to. But that's awesome. But I know credit definitely is the writing on the wall. So when they need less credit repair, banks start loosening up.
Yes.
That's a signal that, you know, around the corner could be a correction because it's too much
Yes.
easy money. So always, you know, after easy money comes kind of like a correction, because it shouldn't be that easy. It should be difficult, and you should have to go through the process to get, you know, what's worthwhile, you know. So.
But at the end of the day, you know, we are a debt society.
We are.
You know,
That's what we're based on.
you're not in debt. That's why recently, and yes, I can help you get a car. I can help you get new credit cards, high limit credit cards. I can help you get mortgages. But right now, I'm really teaching people to be debt free.
That's awesome.
Because I've had too many return customers this past year.
Yeah.
Where you helped people 2 years ago and you helped them get a mortgage, but then they come back to you and say, "I'm $40,000 in debt." Like, how did you? I mean, I know I helped you get into debt, but why didn't you manage it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Because your credit cards, especially high limit credit cards, should only be used as emergencies. Nothing for you to be crazy about going out there using your credit. It should be only used for emergencies. If you have a house, then that should be your only debt. If you want to use your, if you can't get anything cash, then don't buy it in credit. You know, that's the only way you're going to win, especially the people who are in government jobs. And I've helped a lot of people in DC, Maryland area, which is DMV, they call it. And a lot of people just need that security clearance. So on top of you needing security clearance to get the job that you want, once you're there, and your government telling you that they're not gonna stand for you, they're not gonna pay you.
Bad credit.
You have bad credit
Yeah.
on this new job that you had to have good credit for.
Sure. I remember that. I had a client who was doing a short sale. He's like, I can't have a short sale on my credit. He worked for internal, what is that? The
IRS?
immigration? No.
Oh, immigration.
ICE, I think. I don't know what it stands for. And he said to me, if I have a foreclosure on my credit, I could get fired from my job because I could be compromised. And I didn't know it was that serious, but it is that serious when it comes to government roles and employees, you know, having bad credit or having bankruptcies or having any of those things.
Oh,
that's incredible.
That's why I get a lot of people who are actually in Afghanistan, Bahrain, people in China who work for the government, and they're trying to come back to the United States. And I get a lot of those customers. I got a customer in Italy right now who's in the military, and he started the process. So many of you who watch these videos who are in, you know, out of overseas. You know, we could definitely help you. All you need to have is an address in the United States that you live in, or that results will go to, and you could definitely get help.
Yeah. So what you said before kind of like hit me, where you were treating the symptoms the whole time, but you were never treating the root cause, right? Of like people getting in credit, having bad credit. You fixing the credit is kind of like you giving them some pills for a cold.
Yes.
You know, instead of figuring out, you know, where does this disease come from? Where does this sickness start from? So I think I really like what you said. Now you're going to start educating people more so they don't come back to you with that same problem again in the future.
Well, because this is an emotional sale for people. People think that, you know, a lot of times it's really the system.
Sure.
It's the commercials. It's, you know, a lot of times it's just plain and simple jealousy. You see other people having things and you want them.
Yeah, society.
And it's society. And but how can you teach that?
Yeah, of course. It has to be a mind shift.
It has to be a
lifestyle.
mind shift. It has to be a drastic mind shift where you only want to do certain things as emergencies. You never want to just get things and because someone else has it. But that is such an emotional thing for people that you don't definitely want to. You don't want to be in that situation. You want to have control of who you are, what you stand for, in order for you to do the things that you want, because the most important thing for you is to get a mortgage or
You know,
your
those type of
education.
things.
Yeah. Because, but at the end of the day, you only get to that level of thinking once you've had things.
You had to. Look, I think everyone needs to go through it once. Because everything your parents tell you, it goes in one ear, not the other.
Yeah.
You know, everything Gizzy Credit might be preaching, the young kid may not understand that until they've actually lived it, went through it, had nothing or little to show for it, can't even finance a pack of bubble gum, and then you come back and you're like, all right, now I need to fix my life because now I understand how serious it is. And then, I mean, they should see you, obviously once to get their stuff back into shape.
Yes.
And then they should know this is a new lifestyle shift. You know, I don't need to have the most expensive stuff. I don't need to have, things on credit. I could buy things once I can afford it. So, I mean, I love that concept that you have.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's gonna be the best thing moving forward now, because of course people get used to the glitz and glamour. Now the glitz and glamour in my business and how I show it is when you get a mortgage.
Yep.
When you show off.
Yeah.
When you get a new car.
Yep.
When you get a new apartment. When you're actually getting cheaper insurance just because your credit
It's better.
So
yeah.
people are like, yo, I was saving, $80.
Yeah, it adds
because
up.
my credit, and that adds up. So you definitely don't want to live by the way other people are living. You want to live your truth, and you want to live how you think you should live your life.
Yeah.
Not thinking that just because you have a nice car that I want to
Sure.
emulate
I get
that,
it.
because everyone is different.
So just say no to the fancy things for now. Later on in life, you can have it all. Once you have, your credit established, your investment properties, your money invested into your business and different things, and that way that can fund your lifestyle, not credit cards, not
Correct.
Not equity loans on your house, but really just have the liquid cash.
Well, it's just like that meme where they have the guy who has $400 jeans, $300 shirt, the Gucci belt that costs $320, and the Jordans.
The price.
You know the price, right? And then you got the other guy who's just jeans and shirt but owns property, doesn't show off.
Got it. Yeah,
It's simple.
That's any day of the week. I think that's always the way to go.
That's
awesome.
that's the way to go, and that's the way to kind of live a peaceful life too.
It is.
Because if you have all this debt, all you're working for is debt, no way. Whatever I teach people now, whatever debt you have, to pay it off, be debt free.
So, Giz, now it's who was that? Oscar?
Thanks, Oscar. Good job, bro.
Oscar. Yes, now saying that, right, we're talking about, obviously the education. What channel do you have, and how long has it been running, and how many viewers do you have? Because this is important stuff. And how can people find it?
Well, I've been doing this since 2008, 2009 on my YouTube channel, Breakthrough Business Concepts, or Gizzy Credit. You can just look up Gizzy Credit, Breakthrough Business Concepts.
Not too many Gizzy Credits out there, right?
No. But there is other channels who educate people.
Of course.
And
There
it's
should
all
be.
on the way that I grow my business is everyone has a different thing in doing things online. You could either do the business yourself, or you could have a system in which you could purchase and you could do it, which we have, or you could just educate people on the process. So there's a lot of other, because people see that credit is so big.
Yeah.
They see that there's actually money that could be made. So there's a lot more credit repair people out there right now than there were years ago, which is great. But then you get a lot of people who don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You get a lot of people who tell that everything has been fraud on your credit report.
Sure.
Tell you to file a police report. And a lot of times that could put you in a worse situation than you are right now. And it costs you more.
Good tip.
Not
I like
only does
that.
it cost you more money-wise, but it also costs you more in time. And time is where the money
Truly is.
You truly is, because we do everything legit, and yes, we may dispute online in which we will be able to get faster results, but then people get sold on, I'll give you results in 2 weeks, everything will be removed.
Sure.
But when you do the police report, the filing of the fraud, you only see that one bureau or maybe two bureaus may remove everything, but there's this one bureau that it's a pain in the ass to remove all of those negatives. And a lot of times when people have gone through that type of process, or people have gone from company to company to company. And then when they reach an expert like myself, then they know we're going to do actually a great job. But it's also going to take more time because we have to dispute with a different technique every 30 days that an account is verified. So that's why we say to people, you need to be patient with the process.
Sure.
And because it's an emotional attachment to their credit because they saw someone else get fast results because they did something fraudulent, people think that, we're going to be able to do miracles. We have done miracles. We have given people results in a day, 2 days. And you can watch my YouTube videos for more on that. But credit repair is a process for everyone. Some people get fast results. Some people are anywhere from 3 to 6 months. Some people could be a year or more. A lot of people fall in the middle.
Sure.
And again, it's all on what you can afford. Of course, we also have a do-it-yourself credit repair system that comes with support. And if you want us to do the process, we could definitely do it for you as well.
Awesome. So where's the website that you can reach you?
Oh, they can go to my YouTube channel, Gizzy Credit. And you can also go to my website, GizzyCredit.com. And definitely get more information there. But no, definitely appreciate
that's
you.
Awesome. I think the question on everyone's mind, Gizzy, is what's your credit score?
My credit score, I usually don't answer that question because I'm so giving to people and I'm so I like to give myself and I like to help people out. So remember that just because I may not have the credit score or I may have a 750 credit score, it doesn't mean that you can't have it. At the end of the day, this is a service that we provide. Just like a mechanic. A mechanic is not going to have the best credit score. A mechanic is going to have a rundown Toyota, which is gets a Toyota car, but then he gets a Ferrari to go and help him with their credit.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
So but my credit score, remember that my credit scores could be manipulated. One month you may have a 750, the next month you have a 650.
Yeah.
Very easily manipulated, which is another process of how to help people increase their credit scores if they want.
Yeah. So I guess the contractor is always the last one to fix their own house, and
the contractor, that's the whole thing. And I get a lot of people who have credit repair companies, and they're like, "Gizzy, can you please work on my credit? Because I hate working on my own credit."
Yeah, that's how it is. Absolutely. You're
That's
the last
how it
one.
is, and you get to know. But at the end of the day, it's not about me.
So that means gritty. That means Gizzy has a 400 credit score, guys. For those of you you can't read between the lines, don't finance him anything if you're watching this. No, but thank you so much for this today, man. I mean, is there any last piece of advice you can give anyone? Just one small piece of advice that you can give away to anyone watching? Times have been good, and there's times that are gonna be, challenging. So the one thing I tell you is stay debt free. Don't get into any unnecessary debt because you don't want to find yourself just like 99% of other people. You want to be able to educate yourself and think outside the box and think, I need to do things differently right now because in the future something may happen and I want to be prepared for it. Yeah, I like that. That actually resonates with me too. Thank you so much for that, Gizzy. You're the man, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Check him out. Gizzy Credit everywhere. Gizzy on Instagram. Gizzy
Credit on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr. What is it? Google Plus.
It sounds like a rap song. Gizzy everywhere. We need to come up with that.
I do have a rap song. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you my song.
Let's hear that.
Hashtag Gizzy Credit.
Gizzy
Credit. Anything you want, then you can get it. Don't get scammed because then you'll regret it. You no longer want to look pathetic.
That's fire. We need
look pathetic. Gizzy Credit. I'll give you my song.
Someone call.
Put it at the end.
Someone call Kanye. That was awesome, brother.
Gizzy.
Gizzy.
How about you?
You're gonna make
but I'm gonna give you can download it. You know I got
it's
a
on
song,
iTunes.
right?
It's on iTunes.
I had no idea. No.
Yeah. YouTube.
Hashtag Gizzy Credit.
Make it rain on them credit.
Gizzy Credit. And then I go into my at the end of the song, I do my little rap.
Why is that not the skit?
That should have been there.
Make it rain on them creditors.
Yeah. Where's my phone?
That's awesome. That's great, bro. You killed it, man. You killed it, man. Great stuff, man.